They build y'all sheds and whatever y'all need built, and y'all buy it from them. That's the only thing they do with the system is get money out the system. They don't put nothing back in the system except for their labor and stuff. They don't sell anything. I mean, they don't buy anything from the system. They don't buy like pesticides or nothing from the system. They don't buy tools from the system to turn around and do what they need to do to sell it back to you. No, they make their own tools. They make their own pesticides. They make their own everything. They make their own jars. They make their own everything. And so everything they make is 100% profit that they make from the system. The Amish people, I need to do a whole video about the Amish. I know they have other issues, incest and all kind of shit, but I'm talking about the way they live. The Amish is the number one way everybody needs to be like. Number two, Nation of Islam. They halfway in, halfway out. They got their own food, farms, religion. They got their own everything, but they drive the cars from the system. They, they use the water and electric from the system. They halfway in, halfway out. The Amish got their own transportation. They got their own everything, right? They on horse and buggy. Number three, that they pretty much in the system, but at least they don't work. The system get them money, is the so-called Native Indians. We know they're not the real Native Indians, but they definitely in the system, right? And then there's everybody else. That's just complete fucking slaves. I hear getting up 9 to 5 working. The so-called Native Americans don't have to work. Out here buying food in the grocery stores. Okay, the Nation of Islam and the Amish don't have to buy food in the grocery stores. Out here driving the cars that and everything else, the houses, living in the houses that the system provides, and schools, public schools, everything the system provides. The Amish don't, and the Nation of Islam don't do public schools or nothing like that. All right, everybody fucking out here else is a slave, like big time slave. Okay, but only 3 groups got it right. Again, so-called Amish, Nation of Islam, and so-called what they call it, Native Americans. But number 1 is the Amish. All right, I'm telling y'all, man, y'all. I seen a homeless lady the other day. She was just sitting there, and I was overwhelmed that yay. Y'all call it day, I call it yay. And I was like, wow, this lady is she don't have a care in the world, nothing to worry about. She could go hustle up $100 right now and get on a bus and go to LA, go to the West Coast, go anywhere she want. When I look at homeless people, I'm like Donald Trump. Donald Trump said he saw a homeless man and he was like, wow, right now this homeless man is worth more than me. Because at that time, Donald Trump was going through his bankruptcies. He was negative how many billions of dollars. And that homeless man was probably at zero or negative a couple $100, few $1,000, whatever. But when I look at homeless people, I'm like, these are people that can just start from scratch. They don't have no worries, no nothing. They could just do like Scar in the Woods or the other brother Yashua and go live in the woods somewhere, build a house, start a YouTube channel, social media, make money off the social media, and live their life. Like, be honest with y'all, that is what most people need to do. Start a social media. Okay, most people just need to start a social media, start living off grid, doing shit like this, and basically filming it and making money. Okay, and get out the fucking system, man. There's like y'all are out here literally perpetuating the system. The system runs because 60 something people own most of the wealth in the world, not in America, in the world. 60 something people own most of the wealth in the world because of us, because of people that are slaves. Not even because of the Amish, not even because of the Nation of Islam, not even because of the so-called Native Americans. Everybody else, y'all complain about the system, but y'all the one perpetuating the system. Everybody else, excuse my language, I hope I don't offend nobody. Everybody else is like somebody that has battered woman syndrome, right? You get beat up, but you love your abuser. Okay, you love your abuser because you love security. You want to be fucking comfortable. You like to know when you walk down the fucking street, somebody bother you, you could call the police. You like to know if you put your money in a bank and the bank don't have your fucking money, you could call the FTC or whatever. You love fucking security and being comfortable, and that shit is not real security. It's fake